I hate podiums. Well, for those who don't know who Belt is, we are a fourth-generation, family-owned and operated business, manufacturing, conveyor belting, mostly used in the food processing equipment. Over the past 9 years, we put together an environmental conservation committee, and the members are Kevin Bostaff, Basil Panos, Scott Monk, and myself. And over the last 9 years, we have dropped our electrical usage almost in half. And that is before installation of this PV system. I think that's pretty amazing. Now, up on the roof, and we will be able to show people the whole system, we have installed almost 500 solar panels, which are, this big by this big, and they are producing almost 100 kilowatts. And we are told, or I believe, that this is the largest system in New Hampshire, and it is the largest system that is allowable with net metering, which means that on sunny days, if we are not using the power, our electric meter runs backwards. And it was sized so that it would produce about 20% of our electrical needs, as Dave said earlier. And I'm actually happy to say that our experience is showing it's doing a little better than 20%, so almost up to 25% of our power needs. So that's, I think, really cool. Why did we do this? Well, always in the press, we always hear about the bad companies out there, the Enrons, the BP, all the bad companies. And you know what? There are some very good companies. There are some companies that do good and do the right thing. And we want to be a corporate model citizen, a good citizen in our community. And we wanted to show some of the possibilities of what can be done if you care. Now, whether or not you believe in man-caused global warming or not, that's not the point here. The point is one of conservation. It just makes sense, and it's good business practice. We are committed, as the banner over here says, we are dedicated to keeping manufacturing here in New Hampshire. And I firmly believe that manufacturing is the key that's going to pull this country and the world, and New Hampshire out of this economic funk we're in now. And since we are dedicated to keep manufacturing here in New Hampshire, we need to be as smart about it as possible. And let's face it, we know what is going to happen with energy costs. They're going to go up. So in installing this system, we did it so that we could reduce our costs and be more competitive and keep manufacturing here in New Hampshire. And we do believe, as I said earlier, this is the largest system, and I do hope that we will be expanding it as soon as the net metering laws are changed. So, other than that, I have nothing else to say. If there are questions, and if there are questions of the technical nature, I'm going to pass it right back off to Dan, but are there any questions? Yes? The cost to install the panels on a tilt more towards the sun, which should have been at about 42 degrees for the maximum potential, it costs a lot more. Plus, with the style of roof we have, if there are high winds, it would kind of like rip the roof off. So there was no good solution that Basil would allow us. Nexamp did some cost-benefit analysis and said, we can do it, but we'll have to poke 600-700 holes in the roof, and Basil wouldn't let me do that. So there was no good alternative. That is why these are mounted flat. Yes. The next step for expanding the system? My thoughts are that we would do a ground-based system that is tilted at 42 degrees and would do it on this side of the building since south is that away. And perhaps we'll see. We'll see what Nexamp comes up with. I do want to say thank you very much to Nexamp. I think this project went very well, beautifully coordinated, and they're great partners to work with. Thank you very much. Any other questions? Okay, that's what we have. I believe we can show some people, particularly the press and Nexamp wants to see this system. And there you go. So thank you very much.